tell me where the freak's at.
A bad driver does a bang-up job.
I hit the pole.
I was like, OMG.
But his story needs work.
It came out of nowhere. Attack of the phone pole.
A woman hits a wall trying to get her ex to pay for a crash into a pole. Waitress Jovel Jernigan is suing her ex-boyfriend for damages to her SUV. Defendant Kennedy Stevenson says the plaintiff threatened him. Now it's Joe time.
Let's see, Miss Jernigan.
Yes, good afternoon.
You are seeking to recover the cost of repair of your motor vehicle after your ex-boyfriend took it, you allege, without your permission. It's been wrecked. You first.
Yes, Judge.
How long have you known him?
10 years.
Oh, I see. You met up when you were about 13.
Yes.
Okay, now, we're talking about a 2000 Ford Expedition.
Yes. In January of 2010, I was working. I was having a great day at work.
Oh, my, those are the ones that end up the worst.
Then the defendant, he shows up at my workplace. He asked me, could he use my car? Could he borrow it to...
He says he wanted to run an errand for his mother.
A TV and a bed. So I said no. And he informed me that he got dropped off. So I told him, well, I would take him.
Not true.
I would take him.
I'll give you a chance to reply.
I told him that I would take him home on my break, but he would have to wait for a minute. So he began to kind of act impatient, and I told him he would have to wait in like 20 or 30 minutes. So he asked, could he just use my keys to go sit in the car and wait for me until I take my break? And I handed him the keys. So a couple of minutes passed by, and I go to clock out to take my break, and I go outside and he's gone. And, you know, I immediately go back in my workplace and I call him. I'm like, where are you? He said, I'll be right back. I'll be right back. I'm like, you need to hurry up and get back. So then a couple of hours passed. He still did not come back yet. And it's approximately 7:30 p.m. and I get a call and he's like, don't be mad, don't be mad, don't be mad. I'm like, huh? He's like, don't be mad, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. He just wrecked my truck. I'm like, OMG, like, so he's like, just calm down, just calm down. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna stay calm because I'm at work, but you telling me to calm down? I can't be calm, that's my only transportation to get back and forth.
Didn't I tell you don't take it in the first place?
Yes. But, you know, since I'm a good friend, he just thought, you know, I wouldn't probably trip over it.
But Mother needed him to go run an errand, right? I guess Mother couldn't drive herself around or something like that. But, well, that can't be. I remember now. I just got to the rest of it. Mother could get around, because didn't she pick you up at work?
Yes, she did, later on that day. So he told me that he would have my vehicle towed back to my place.
Well, you and his mother arrived just about the time the vehicle got there.
Correct.
Did you see the defendant there?
Yes. Well, we got there like 1 minute, and then he was in that same truck as the tow truck driver. So we arrived like...
He's riding in the tow truck now.
Right.
So you got there within a minute or two of each other?
Yes, correct.
Well, you describe his condition.
He seemed kind of like woozy, like he had been like having a couple of drinks. I'm like...
What time of day is this?
This is about 9 o'clock. I got off of work at 9 o'clock. Yes.
So you're saying effectively he was severely impaired, if not drunk?
It was just the way he was sounding on the phone, because he was like kind of yelling like,
slurred,
you know, just be calm, I'm sorry, just be calm, like, it's not my fault.
Well,
and like,
was he unsteady on his feet when you saw him at your...
No, he was like kind of pacing back and forth. I didn't want to approach him because like once I seen the truck, like once he came in,
you were hostile.
I was like, OMG, like it was just so ugly, you know, like I worked so hard for that truck, you know. But also, Judge, on our way back to my house, because his mother came and got me from work, she had agreed to pay You know,
but you can't enforce that against her. That's just a gratuitous offer. It's not a binding bargain. But
both of them agreed to help pay.
Well, it's not a matter of whether they agree. That's
Well, she promised me. She said, "I promise you, I'm not going to leave you out back because you've been such a good help towards me."
Oh, that's nice. But you get this, you threaten to call his probation or parole officer. Why is it he's in condition of needing that supervision?
I didn't, like, you know, I could have did this the right way by, you know, making a police report and filing the claim through my insurance. So I actually did him a favor.
Oh, I know what you did. The only person you have to explain this to is me. You don't need to say it for his benefit, but you did him a favor. He doesn't understand.
Use the truck.
You have an estimate for the damages?
Yes, I was going to say that his mother,
you paid some of it out
already.
Yes,
she told me to, you know, just find a car place.
I don't need that, Madam Sonia. No, all I need is this. So right now, you're in the hole $4,750.84. You've already paid $2,500. That's on this invoice.
All right,
we'll come back to basic case. Now, defend yourself. You have the
First of all,
been trying to interject.
I did not steal or take her vehicle, Ms. Jernigan's vehicle.
She handed you the keys.
Yes, she did. I asked to use the vehicle to make a few errands through a text message.
Oh, excuse me. You say that you had to run an errand for your mother.
Correct.
Why?
A few errands.
She's driving. Why can't she run them?
Because I'm taking items from her house to where I live at.
Oh, she's giving you some old appliances so you can have them. So that's not an errand for her, that's you.
Okay, she gave me permission through a text message.
She gave you the keys. Okay, move on.
Yeah,
I said that's really not that important.
So I went and did my errands.
And what else did you do?
Later on that night, I hit a pole on the right side of the road.
Well, let me use your language. I was driving and all of a sudden I ran into a telephone pole. The pole was on the blind side of the street and it came out of nowhere.
It came out of nowhere. It was on the blind side of the street. I didn't see it. Ain't no street lights on the street.
I was nice enough to tow it back to her house, etc. You all imply you could have left it out on the street. Now, how in the world does the phone pole come out of nowhere?
Because there's no lights on this street. It ain't
and
no lights.
blindside you. What's that got to do with it? How does it come out of nowhere all of a sudden? I hit a phone pole. Attack of the phone pole.
It's at night, though, Judge Joe Brown. It's at night. It's at night. No street lights.
What's that got to do with the damn thing? You got headlights on your vehicle. That's what they're for. That's from back in the days when everything was a hard-packed dirt road.
We'll be right back with Judge Joe Brown.
I hit the pole.
Well, how much did you had to drink?
The drinks don't have nothing to do with what happened. So you can put that out of the drinks don't have nothing to do with what happened. The drinks was drinking earlier.
The defendant says the plaintiff gave him her keys so he could run some errands. He says a pole appeared out of nowhere, and, well, he hit it. Let's get back to the judge.
Where did you stop off? What did you have to drink?
I hit the pole.
How much did you have to drink?
The drinks don't have nothing to do with what happened. So you can put that out of the drinks don't have nothing to do with what happened. The drinks was drinking earlier.
The drinks don't have anything to do with it. It was the pole that blindsided you.
Yep, it did. Because I didn't see it, Judge.
Maybe the pole had a few shots. You know, hey, we don't know. What's it got to do with she threatened to call your parole officer?
I mean, she made little side threats after the fact that after what we did pay towards to help her get her truck fixed, if the rest of the amount from the insurance didn't be covered for the backed up insurance that she had.
Let me explain something to you. In a lawsuit for damages, you can't even discuss insurance because it's irrelevant unless maybe there's an issue like who owned the vehicle. Well, it says you own it. I didn't own it. Well, why are you maintaining insurance on it?
Excuse me, Judge. And then
hold on. And she doesn't want to get you in trouble, because if she reported it, then she would have to have gone through this whole thing of what happens. And right now, it's an unreported accident, so it's going on nobody's driving record. And there is this issue about you were inebriated, and she apparently still retains or harbored at that time some affection for you. Now, the loss of property value here is set out by the estimate. She's paid
$2,100.
$2,100 out of it.
Along with his $400.
Yes, did your mother put the $400 up? We'll round that off. $4,351 will be your recovery along with your court cost.
Excuse me?
You won.
I did?
Yes.
Oh, thank you, Judge.
Pay attention.
Thank you.
I'll repeat it. Your award will be $4,351.
That's such a relief.
And your court cost. Now, feel better?
Yes.
This program is now in recess.
Woo!